You see this situation of the Palestinians attacking Israel and provoking war, unnecessary war, since October the 7th. I think the world must just have a look of the past of the people of Palestine. Number one, the people of Palestine doesn't belong to the land of Israel. Palestine is a part of Lebanon, a part of Syria. But if you go back, for an example, to what God said in the Bible, the promise God has done to Abraham and consequently to the sons of Abraham. The borders also include Lebanon. Even Lebanon is Israel. Even Lebanon is part of Israel. And these people are coming from that area. And then it's not possible, for example, to have a state of Palestine where people are refugees for 50 years. How can they be refugees in Gaza Strip for 50 years? How can it happen that United Nations form UNRWA, the United Nations, working organization to take care of Palestine, only for Palestine? We have never seen it in the world. We have never seen it in the world. The United Nations Food Program, United Nations, the Children's Program, United Nations Relief Programs and help of poor people everywhere in the world is for all nations. But UNRWA, it was made only for Palestine, and they are refugees for 50 years. It's not possible. It is not possible. It's total corrupt. Now look what happened. People are crying for the state of Palestine. They say now the solution in Palestine is going to be the two-state solution. How can you have a state of Palestine? The major division you will find in any part of the world is within Palestine. You see, if you go back and see the attack of October the 7th against Israel, you will see that the groups are three. You have Hamas, you have Al-Qassam Brigade, you have Islamic Jihad. There are three groups who are fighting Israel now in Gaza Strip. Do you know what? In 1967, the war Israel had to recover its land. And many nations said, no, Israel must go back to the original border before 1967. In 2005, Israel left the Gaza Strip. Totally, the army of Israel left Gaza Strip. And the PLO, which is the organization led by President Mahmoud Abbas, took responsibility of Gaza Strip, the West Bank, which is Samaria, Judea, if you like, in the northern part of Israel, of Jerusalem. And that was the time for them to do the state to talk about. There was no Israel in Gaza Strip, no Israel in Ramallah. Everything handed to Palestine. Everything handed to President Mahmoud Abbas. And there was conflict. The same Hamas that attack Israel today attacked their friends. They chased away the president of Palestine, a legitimate elected government to lead Palestine, to take Palestine to their destiny. They chased it away Mahmoud Abbas with the PLO and all the police. There was no order in Gaza Strip. It's 17 years since Israel left Gaza Strip. The hope was that the Palestinians are going to create their statehood in Gaza Strip. Israel has never rejected the state of Palestine. No, that is no. Someone may also tell Mr. Ramaphosa in South Africa, because our president here is wrong told about the Palestine. Israel never rejected the issue of statehood for Palestine. When soldiers of Israel left Gaza Strip in 2005, handed the authority to PLO, Mahmoud Abbas is chased away by Hamas. Hamas said that they are going to be government of Gaza Strip. Instead of taking to the right economy for Palestine, taking the Gaza people, the Gazian to the right destiny. No, they got help from Iran and they built the major metro ever seen in the world. More than the metro you can find in UK. They had tunnels underground everywhere in Gaza Strip. They armed themselves to destroy Israel. 17 years of investing to destroy Jewish state. I mean, they don't want the statehood. They don't want their nation. As they say, United Nations is deceived. United Nations is deceived by Qatar. Qatar is the sponsor of terrorism. Today, there is no ceasefire. There is nothing of solution of war in Gaza Strip because of the Sultanate of Qatar. Doha is the investor of violence in Gaza. Iran is the investor of violence in Gaza. You can see Hezbollah is Iran. Hey, the President Bashar al-Assad, a violence against own people in Syria, is Iran the sponsor of that violence. All demand that come from Hamas, Qassam Brigade, Jihad Islamiyah, everything come from Iran. I believe you will just understand that there is problem even with International Court of Justice. They put pressure in Israel. There is nothing putting pressure in Israel. Put pressure on Hamas. Release the hostages. How can you take people away from their land and have sex with ladies without their consent? They are being violated their rights every day on tunnels in Gaza Strip. And they say Israel must stop fighting. How can you stop fighting the snake that is biting your people? I believe God will speak more and more to your mind to understand that Israel is no guiltness, but Hamas. And also must meditate the book of Deuteronomy. The Bible says Israel will dwell alone and safe in the land. Will dwell alone and safe. Really, I want to speak openly to the White House, the administration of John Biden. Even if America now want to abandon Israel, Israel cannot depend from America. Israel doesn't depend from Europe, nor from Africa, nor from anywhere. Israel has been planted by God. No one will push Israel. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, Israel will overcome its enemy. Everyone who hates Israel is going to be crushed. Take my word. Thank you for following. Just subscribe and press like to get the best video on the go. Thank you very much. I'm Prophet Azab speaking.